Amoozin but Confoozin sounded like it was going to be really good, but unfortunately the execution is absolutely terrible. This is a Little Abner cartoon from 1944. It's directed by Sid Marcus, written by Sid Marcus based on the comic by Capp, with a voice cast including Frank Graham and Lurene Tuttle. And it sounded really fun because Little Abner is fed up with his life. He's bored of everything, so he decides to go to the city to learn how to be a gentleman. And the pacing while we're waiting for him to come back is terrible. They wasted so much time just writing the days of the week on the screen. Literally, that's what they did. And it went on for so long, and they could have been using that time to tell the story. And instead, we're just hanging around waiting for something fun to happen. And unfortunately, it never does. Because Little Abner comes back really with one thing. He has learned one thing that makes him a gentleman. And on the one hand, maybe one could argue that it's funny. I don't necessarily think it is, but one could argue that it is comical to say that there is only one thing that distinguishes a gentleman from somebody who isn't a gentleman. But they could have done so much more with this. Little Abner could have brought back so many different quirks of being a city boy, if you like, and having people reacting to that and having him behaving differently. They could have done so much. And it's not like they didn't have the time, because the pacing is appalling. And it sounded like such a fun concept, and unfortunately I think they just completely ruined it. It doesn't work. It's not good. I won't say what that one thing he brings back is, just in case you watch it. If you're a fan of Little Abner and you haven't seen it, then by all means check it out. But I feel like this could have been a really great cartoon. It could have been a very funny story. And unfortunately, it was mostly boring, very disappointing, and as I said, maybe one could argue the fact that he only brought one thing back, or one concept back, is the comedy. There's only one thing that separates gentlemen from not gentlemen, but it doesn't make for an entertaining cartoon or a fun story, so I was very disappointed. I didn't really enjoy it. It was so slow and not a lot happened. Amoozin but Confoozin is not a great cartoon, and generally I don't recommend it.